Okay, it's 6 o'clock and I'm gonna call to order this January 23rd meeting of the Windsor Justice, Equity, Diversity and Inclusion Committee. Would somebody like to read the vision statement at the top? I'm gonna go for it.
Sure. We dedicate ourselves to uplifting the voices of those most impacted by inequities, seeking justice for those adversely affected by systemic racism, bias, and oppression, and constructing intentional policy toward social equity in town government and its institutions. We strive to foster a welcoming, diverse community where all can thrive.
Thank you, Griffin. Let's go around and do the introduction of members, starting with Emma.
Hi, my name is Emma Caffrey. I am on the Windsor Select Board, and I am the Jedi liaison. And my pronouns are she and they.
Yes, name, pronouns, and role. Amy?
Amy Vickers, she, her.
Mara Hershey, I'm the chair, she, her.
Burton Tevier, I'm secretary, she, her.
Griffin Vino, he, him, student representative.
The rules for public participation. At the beginning and end of each meeting, there are times for individuals to speak on items not on the agenda. As we work our way through, there will be further opportunities for the public to weigh in on each topic after the committee has had a chance to discuss among themselves. To participate during public comments virtually, please use the raise your hand option and wait to be called on. And if you're in the room, raise your hand and wait to be called on. Come up to the table and state your name for the record. And we respectfully ask public comments to be brief if possible. Moving on to announcements. I have a few. Does anyone have any announcements? Anything going on? Okay. I mentioned it last time, but the Free Senior Center pop-up is the first Tuesday of every month at the Windsor Welcome Center. Sponsored by Mount Escutney Hospital, the Vermont Department of Health, Senior Solutions, and the town. Municipal ethics training. You should have seen an email come through from Riley White, who's the town clerk. Not sure why you didn't, but I forwarded it to you.
I didn't either.
Really? Okay, I'll forward it to you guys. So there was a new legislation passed that you do some ethics training, which is basically, Griffin, you took it, so
It's
yeah.
a video and then a couple questions.
Yeah, just about open meeting and conflicts of interest and things like that.
I might have gotten that from Tom.
Yeah, Tom might have sent it too. Okay, I'll send it to you.
Okay.
And I'll make sure Karen has it as well.
The video is about 45 minutes long.
Yeah, so it's pretty brief, and then you just have to answer a few questions and then send the PDF or the sheet to Riley.
And have it done by September 25th?
Yes.
I don't know when I'm gonna get that done. Yeah, I just got an email with, it didn't say you have to do this. But I will.
Yep, there's a little link. And then the other thing I wanted to mention was there's an art installation discussion being hosted by the Windsor Historical Society. And that's happening on this Monday, January 27th. I was going to go in person, but it's a hybrid event. So you can Zoom in, but it's at the Welcome Center. And they're planning an installation on the side of the building, the new building, apartments, the Central and Main.
Cool.
And it's like along the public walkway connected to Central and Main Streets. I'm trying to picture it, but it's also going to be surrounded by plantings that are culturally significant to the Abenaki. So they're having this meeting because they're looking for input. Especially like local lore, local memories or history that can be incorporated into the artwork, which will be carved into slate, which is kind of cool. But the artist is basically fielding ideas, and I think
What
it's
time
like
is that on Monday?
that
Sorry, thank you.
is 6, I believe.
Okay,
I can send you the Facebook invite, Emma.
Did you
I
say
know
that?
I'm not on Facebook. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
scared of it.
No, good call.
You say
I
that?
will bother you later. Thank you. Sorry, I just wanted
Yeah.
to clarify.
Check real
I think
fast.
that would be in the newsletter too, some of that info.
What?
I would think that'd be in the newsletter.
The town newsletter?
Yeah.
You haven't heard of it?
It vaguely sounds sort of familiar, but you had a lot more details. It sounded really much more.
It was because I saw the Facebook event.
I've been on Facebook for a while,
Yeah.
Town newsletter.
which just sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. Which, yeah, it really wasn't advertised.
And it's the Historical Society that's
Yes.
putting it together.
Yes. I'm pulling it up. Sorry, bad at phone. It is at 6 to 7, yeah, on Monday.
So that's to get input from people? That
Yes,
easy?
yeah. I think a lot of it is gonna be, I thought it would be a good opportunity, especially for us, to commemorate some of, the hidden histories, notable people who normally wouldn't have been uplifted, or a lot of, history is sort of written by the people in positions of power. And we'll talk about it a little bit more, but I had, for the Women's History Month, the idea of bringing forward, notable Vermont women. And so, yeah, I think doing a little research on that and bringing forward some stuff could be a good idea. So if no one has any other announcements, do we have any amendments to tonight's agenda? Anything we want to add? And let's go ahead and approve the minutes of December 19th.
You don't have any reminders on December 19th, 2025.
Sorry. Somehow summoned Siri.
Did everyone get a chance to read the minutes, and we don't have any changes or amendments?
Looked like it was quite a short meeting.
It was very
Yeah.
short. It was like 25 minutes. Because, yeah. So I'll move to approve the December 19th minutes. Does anyone second?
Second.
And do we have any discussion? Let's go ahead and vote. Emma, or you can't vote. Yay or nay? Yay.
Yay.
Okay. And public comments for items not on the agenda? No? Do we have any community dinners coming up?
February 6th,
Mhm.
it's Trinity Church. Because it's Black History Month, I think there's going to be, I'm not sure, but I think there's going to be some kind of display or some pictures or photographs or posters or something within where the community dinner is. This is the first time that Trinity is hosting.
Oh, they're hosting, okay. And then we have the select board liaison report. Do we have any information that could sort of help guide any plans for the future, Emma, or?
The select board is in the thick of budget season, so this is my second budget season and watching it again. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm watching Basil. This is my second budget season, and I'm watching for the second time, like, the people in the town government working very, very hard. I think it's hard to watch how much they're trying to cut back, and even still, it seems like it's still going to be about, I believe, a 10% tax increase this year, which I'm talking about mostly because I think Jedi last year did like a couple of events, which we did on a really nice budget. And I think that there is room in the budget next year for us, or for y'all / us, to come on a case by case basis again.
Yeah.
Because what Tom is advocating for is leaving money within the town budget for kind of like town enrichment activities, which is kind of what Jedi is like, it's like spinach. It's good and good for you for Windsor. So I think that this year we had decided not to get into the budget. And I think that that's okay for right now, because I think the town is ready to, when events come or when asks come, it's in a place where they're going to be able to say yes, which is good.
Right. And I think that model worked pretty well last year. So I'm happy with doing the same thing again instead of, trying to get in the budget.
I think it's also like
They're pretty
distasteful.
whatever.
It's just tasteful to discuss, but I just wanted to kind of like back that up now, watching this and thinking about that was, a decision to combine. I think it was the right one. So, and I'm looking forward to this next year and seeing what I can do to help you guys and watching Jedi grow.
Thank you, Emma. All right, moving on to our agenda items. The Jedi survey. I sent you before the meeting a little blurb and a visual, just a little. This is for the town newsletter. And if anyone has any edits to this, let me know. But it was just going to say, make your voice heard. The Justice, Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Committee is conducting a community survey to gather your feedback on ways we can make Windsor a more welcoming, inclusive, and supportive town for all. We want to hear your ideas about what you'd like to see in Windsor and any challenges or issues you or your neighbors may be facing. Your input will help us identify key areas to focus on in the coming year as we work to strengthen our community. The survey is quick, anonymous, and open to all Windsor residents. And then if you, Britt, would like to get it up on the platform and send all that info to Roger within the next week, I was thinking we could have it running all throughout the duration of February, if we're good with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see how many answers we get. I know it's like pulling teeth to get people to take the budget survey too. So
I'll do it.
even if we get like 10 people, that'd be great. Yep. But yeah, so I think we're good with that and we'll see how it goes. And then moving on to our next item. Last meeting, Amy, you mentioned you discussed doing a weekly feature in the town newsletter for Women's History Month, featuring a Vermont woman from history each week, which I thought was like a great idea. So I did a little research and I found a few for women, but I was wondering if you were willing to reach out to the Windsor Historical Association and see if they can give us any info on more local Windsor women, because these are Vermonters. I have Clarina Howard Nichols from 1810, 1885, who was a journalist, abolitionist, and advocate for women's rights. She worked tirelessly for suffrage and property rights for women and was involved in the Underground Railroad. Dorothy Canfield Fisher was a prolific author and educator. She introduced the Montessori method of teaching and wrote about Vermont. Lucy Terry Price was a former enslaved woman, one of the first Black poets in America. Prince, sorry. She lived in Vermont, remembered for her oral poem, Bar's Fight, one of the oldest known works of literature by an African-American. She was 1730, 1821. Edna Beard, the first woman elected to the Vermont legislature. She paved the way for women in politics during a time when their participation was still groundbreaking. That was 1877 to 1928. She served in the House and Senate advocating for social reform and women's rights. But I was just thinking it would be really great if maybe we could get a few options who are more local.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they might have, more information about that. I haven't reached out to them yet, but I would love it if you could.
Yep.
I did check their website and they had an author discussion with, her name is Cynthia Binninger. And she wrote a book called Vermont Women, Native Americans and African Americans Out of the Shadow of History. And so that's at the library. That might also be a really good resource. And I'll send the video to everyone after this meeting because it was just like a really good watch. And that could also be useful for the art installation discussion too. We get some sort of info that could like lend itself to that project.
So I'll try to do something with that sooner rather than later. And if you're gonna go to the thing on
Yeah.
Monday, I will get it. If I find anything, I'll get it to you before
Okay,
then.
that would be
Or
awesome.
I'll at least touch base with you before then.
Yeah, so if you do any research, like send me anything you might find, just like a short bio and a photo, and I would need that info by February 24th if we were going to do the town newsletter for Women's History Month, which is in March.
February 24th.
Yeah. But, oh, and another idea I had for March, hopefully this isn't too much. I think it would be pretty doable though. I reached out to Kate Rodenberg, who's the program director at WISE. Is everyone familiar with WISE? Yeah. They do the advocacy, gender-based violence prevention and education. And I wanted to sort of ask if we could facilitate some programming or like a workshop at the Welcome Center in March, because I know they do programs. I don't know if they do like offsite programming or like they would come to the Welcome Center, but I asked and I'll let you guys know what I hear back. But yeah, that was kind of my thought for, having something educational. I do know they like go around to schools and, they do bias training, stuff like that.
They used to come to Windsor.
Right, yeah,
I remember that. It was interesting.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure they like got banned from
I think there was some kind of,
controversy.
some kind of controversy where there was a survey or something like that, and they asked, are you non-binary? And then the parents freaked out or something like that, but
Oh, yeah.
I still think, I think we should host that.
Albert Bridge.
Huh?
They still go to Albert Bridge.
Oh, cool, yeah. Well, I will see what I hear back, and do we have any other thoughts or ideas for March, for Women's History Month? No. New business, the discussion and action item maybe 2025 Jedi officer roles. Maybe we should wait until Karen comes back, but my term will be up this next fiscal year, which begins in July. No,
April.
April. Yeah, okay. The fiscal year begins in July, but my term is up in April. I don't
I
understand
know
why.
they make appointments.
Yeah.
They, fine, don't ask me why.
Yeah, so April 30th.
And mine too.
Oh, yours is gonna be up too?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Well, that's 3 meetings away. So, if there's anyone who would like to step into the role of chair, happy to give a crash course, like Mary did for me. And so I guess if you're also out, we'd need to up our recruitment efforts, so definitely ask friends, family, coworkers.
How does that work? You can't be the chair again?
My term is just up, like,
But you can if you want to?
I could if I wanted to, but yeah, I've been on this committee for it's basically been 3 years because of the weird timing that I came on, but even though it was a 2-year term, so. Yeah, I mean, I'm not, there's other stuff I would like to pursue, you know, potentially select board, like, who knows, but I think,
Are you interested in re-upping?
Um,
And you need to recruit 2 people in order to have a quorum.
yeah, otherwise it's
If you're
basically.
re-upping, then you're fine.
Mhm.
it's a possibility.
I'm just saying, if that's.
Yeah, but we gotta
I'd
start thinking
rather-
about it, yeah. So that's a bit of a problem. And then, do we know when,
Start thinking about it.
yeah, do we know when, Karen's,
Next year, 2026.
oh, do you have it pulled up?
Yeah, they
Okay.
don't have Amy on there yet,
Yeah.
or Griffin.
New.
Yeah, I'll
never
let
know.
Riley know to update that. Update. But yeah, I think start thinking about it and I'll touch base with Karen too and let her know, you know. And then looking ahead, we have we discussed Women's History Month, April, Autism Awareness Month is what I have down. But yeah, so recap, Britt was going to get the survey up and running.
Yeah.
I will send everyone the municipal ethics training link. I'll have Riley update the Jedi page of the website. We'll keep discussing, you know, the WISE project, see if they can do a program in Windsor. And you, Amy, we're going to do a little bit of research on some local women, see if we could get any cool stories or anything to share. Is there anything I missed?
Nope.
Okay,
I hear back from Riley about the Facebook thing,
Facebook.
about Jedi having a Facebook page.
Oh, no, I did not. I totally forgot about that, actually.
I thought maybe she responded to you and not me, but, or maybe she just didn't respond.
Yeah, that's right, because I CC'd you, right?
Yeah,
Okay. She never responded, so I will poke her again. Cool. Was there anything else we discussed that I forgot from last time?
I think we were gonna talk about like survey results, but I looked.
Oh,
at-
the budget survey,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I didn't really see anything
I
that
didn't either.
super like was applicable to us. Or anything, you know, we could kind of run with,
Yeah, me
But,
neither. So we should do our survey then.
yeah. So that was our recap, public comments for items not on the agenda. Do you have anything you want to share, Miss Mary? No. Jedi member comments? Do we have any comments from members? Got anything? Emma? No. So yeah, I mean, that's that then. And I will go ahead and adjourn.